Hello, and welcome to the English Corner, the podcast where you listen, learn, and level up your English. I'm your host, and I'm so excited to help you improve your English speaking skills. In this podcast, we practice everyday English conversations through engaging stories. You'll hear natural expressions, common phrases, and useful vocabulary that will help you in real-life situations. The best way to improve is to listen, repeat, and practice speaking out loud. So, get comfortable, and let's begin today's episode. A simple morning. This morning, I woke up to the sound of my alarm ringing. It was 7 a.m., and the sunlight was already streaming through my window. I stretched, yawned, and slowly got out of bed. The first thing I did was wash my face. The cold water refreshed me, and I felt more awake. Then, I brushed my teeth and made my way to the kitchen. I love starting my day with a cup of coffee, so I turned on the coffee machine and waited for the rich aroma to fill the air. While the coffee brewed, I prepared my breakfast, a slice of toast with peanut butter and a banana. A simple but delicious way to start the day. I took my plate and cup to the dining table and sat down. Outside the window, I could see the city coming to life. People were already walking down the streets, some heading to work, others out for a morning jog. As I sipped my coffee, I checked my phone. There were a few emails and messages from friends. I replied to one or two but decided not to spend too much time on my phone. Instead, I picked up my book and read a few pages. Reading in the morning helps me feel calm and focused before starting my busy day. After finishing breakfast, I cleaned up the dishes and went to get ready. I chose a comfortable yet professional outfit for work, checked myself in the mirror, and grabbed my bag. Before leaving the house, I made sure I had everything: phone, keys, wallet. Then, I stepped outside. The air was warm and fresh. Birds were chirping, and the city was slowly waking up. I walked to the bus stop, enjoying the peaceful start to my day. While waiting for the bus, I took a deep breath and planned my schedule in my mind. I had a few meetings, some emails to reply to, and a project to complete. But for now, I just enjoyed the moment, the calm before the busy day ahead. Finally, the bus arrived. I found a seat by the window and watched the city pass by. People were heading to work, students were chatting with friends, and life was moving forward as usual. As I looked outside, I thought about my goals for the day. What do I want to accomplish? How can I stay productive and positive? Taking a few moments to reflect in the morning helps me stay motivated throughout the day. After a short ride, I arrived at my stop. I stepped off the bus and walked towards my office building. The familiar sounds of the city surrounded me: honking cars, people talking, footsteps on the pavement. I greeted the security guard at the entrance, took the elevator up, and finally reached my desk. Before jumping into work, I took another sip of my coffee and smiled. A new day had begun, full of possibilities. No matter how busy things might get, I reminded myself to stay positive, stay focused, and make the most of every moment. By mid-morning, I had already tackled a few important tasks. I checked my emails, responded to some messages, and made a to-do list for the rest of the day. Having a clear plan always helps me stay organized. After working for a while, I took a short break. I stood up, stretched, and walked over to the office window. From the 10th floor, I could see the busy streets below. Cars moved like tiny ants, and people hurried along the sidewalks. As I returned to my desk, I reminded myself to drink water, Staying hydrated is important, especially when working long hours. I took a few sips and continued with my tasks. Around lunchtime, I decided to step out for a walk. There's a small park near my office, and I love going there for a short break. The fresh air and greenery always help me relax. I sat on a bench and watched as people enjoyed their lunch, jogged, or simply took in the scenery. When I returned to the office, I felt refreshed and ready to continue my work. The afternoon went by quickly, filled with meetings and brainstorming sessions. Before I knew it, it was time to wrap up for the day. I took a few minutes to organize my desk, check my to-do list, and prepare for the next day. Having a clean workspace helps me start fresh every morning. As I left the office, I felt a sense of satisfaction. It had been a productive day, and now it was time to relax. On my way home, I stopped by a grocery store to pick up a few things for dinner. I enjoy cooking, and tonight, I plan to make a simple but tasty pasta dish. Once I got home, I changed into comfortable clothes and started preparing my meal. The smell of garlic and tomatoes filled the kitchen as I cooked. After dinner, I cleaned up, then sat down to unwind. Sometimes I watch a TV show, other times I listen to music or read. Tonight, I chose to listen to a podcast while sipping a cup of herbal tea. It was a peaceful way to end the day. Before going to bed, I spent a few minutes writing in my journal. I like reflecting on the day, what went well, what I could improve, and what I'm grateful for. Writing helps me process my thoughts and set positive intentions for the next day. Finally, it was time to sleep. I turned off the lights, got into bed, and closed my eyes. Another day had passed, filled with simple moments and small joys. And that's today's story. This was a simple day, but even in everyday routines, there are moments of peace and joy. Listening to natural storytelling like this will help you improve your English fluency. Now, it's your turn. Try to describe your own day in English. Speak out loud, record yourself, and practice as much as possible. Keep listening, keep practicing, and I'll see you in the next episode of the English Corner.